My dear friends, this is lecture number 2 on NIRF. In this lecture, we will try to understand first parameter of NIRF, that is TLR, Teaching, Learning and Resources. Let's recall the NIRF parameters which we discussed in our previous lecture. The NIRF ranking is prepared based on these 5 parameters. First one is teaching, learning and resources, that is TLR. Second one is research and professional practice, that is RPC, which is also known as RP. Third one is graduation outcomes, GO. Fourth one is outreach and inclusivity, OI. Fifth one is perception, PR. In our previous lecture, we discussed about different categories of NIRF. We will try to understand engineering category. This is the web page I downloaded from nirfindia.org. Engineering.pdf means it is related to engineering category. For engineering category, teaching, learning, resources, TLR and RPC, research, professional practice have more weightage. Each one has got 30% weightage. What does it mean? TLR and RPC are main pillars of any engineering institution. The first parameter is TLR. The value of this parameter is 100 marks, but its ranking weight is 30%. It is divided into component level metrics. We call them as component metric. 100 marks of TLR further divided into 4 component level metrics. Component level metrics are of 2 types: absolute metric, and first one is absolute metric, second one is relative metric. What's the meaning of absolute metric? Absolute metric associates with a direct formula. If you substitute value, we get marks. In relative metric, we can substitute the information, but how many marks we will score, it's all dependent on the information given by other institutions. We will try to understand each component level metric. First one is SS, student strength, has got 20 marks. Second component level metric, FSR, faculty student ratio, which has got 30 marks. Third component level metric is FQE, faculty quality and faculty experience. Last one, that is fourth component level metric is financial resources and their utilization, that is FRU, which has got 30 marks. Now we will try to understand first component level metric. What is my first component level metric? SS, student strength, including PhD students. Just see this formula. This formula is F of NT comma NE into 15. What is this NT? Total sanctioned approved intake. This is including UG students and PG students. NE is total number of students enrolled. It is related to UG and PG. We can say this is enrollment ratio. This F of NT comma NE is enrollment ratio of UG and PG students. What is enrollment ratio? Total number of students enrolled by total number of sanctioned approved intake. In this student strength, for UG and PG students, 15 marks are allocated. For PhD students, 5 marks are allocated. What is this NP? NP is total number of students enrolled for doctoral program till previous academic year. This f of nt comma ne and f of np, these are relative metrics. Why? Because f means function. This function who will determine? It will be determined by NIRF. For small illustration, just let me say, there is a college institution, there is an institution X has got 100% enrollment ratio, they will get 15 marks. There is an institution Y which has got enrollment ratio less than 100, means they will get less than 15 marks. Of course, who will determine? These functions will be determined by NIRF. In similar manner, there is a function f of NP. F of NP, it is related to PhD students. If you have got maximum admissions, you will get 5 marks. If you don't have any admissions in your PhD program, you will get 0 marks. As I told you, these are which type of metrics? Relative metrics, as they are associated with function. This is a particular web page collected from nirfindia.org. This is SS, as we are discussing. It is function of nt comma ne, 15 marks for enrollment ratio of UG and PG, 5 marks for enrollment ratio of PhD students. Just see this NP, total number of students enrolled for the doctoral program till previous academic year. Here the functions f of nt comma ne and f of np are the functions to be determined by NIRF. NT, NE. What is NT? Total sanctioned approved intake in the institution, considering all UG and PG programs of the institution. That's what we discussed, isn't it? This is about student strength. Next parameter, next metric, I can say component level metric, that is FSR, faculty student ratio. Formula is simple, 30 into 15 into F by N. F by N means what? Faculty student ratio. 1:15 is the desired ratio. If you have faculty student ratio less than 1:50, FSR will be set to 0. It is simple. Let me illustrate this one. Let me say there is an institute X which has got faculty student ratio 1:15. Therefore, here I must substitute. Just see, 30 into 50 into 15 into 1:50 means you are getting 30 out of 30 marks. For example, if you go through the NIRF ranking of IIT Madras has got 30 out of 30 for faculty student ratio. Let me say Institute Y has got FSR 1:20. In that case, 30 into 15 into 1:20, you will get 22.5. In similar manner, Institute Z has got 1:30, means just I must substitute here 1:30. Therefore, you will get some score, some 15 marks. If some institution has got 1:50, less than 1:50 means how many marks in FSR will they get? They will get 0 marks. That's what it says. Same thing I kept in slide. Just see, faculty student ratio with emphasis on permanent faculty. Formula is 30 into 15 into F by N. Just same thing. Here he says something about regular appointment, means faculty on full-time basis, faculty on contract basis or ad hoc basis will be considered if the concerned faculty has taught in both the semesters of academic year 2017-18. Anyway, that's what we discussed. If you want, just go through the NIRF website. Yes, there is third component level metric, that is metric for faculty quality and faculty FQE. FQE means what? Faculty quality and faculty experience, which has got 20 marks. This FQE is combination of FQ plus FE. FU means faculty quality, FE means faculty experience. FQ formula is 10 into FRA by 95. When can I apply this formula? If FRA is less than 95. For example, there is an institute X. What is this percentage of PhDs? Let me say 95%. What does it mean? FRA means what? FRA means is the percentage of faculty. What is FRA? It is percentage of, let me highlight. FRA is the percentage of faculty with the PhD. Just see, let me say some institute X has 95% PhDs. Therefore, what is my FRA? 95. 10 into 95 by 95, you will get 10 out of 10 marks. For example, in general, private engineering colleges are maintaining 33% of PhD faculty. In that case, what is your faculty quality value? 10 into 33 by, here I must write 33 by 95, you will get 3.4 out of 10. That is about faculty quality. There is something like faculty experience. This is the formula 3 into min of 3f1 comma 1 plus 3 into min of 3f2 comma 1 plus 4 into min of 3f3 comma 1. It is simple and straightforward. What is f1? F1 is fraction with experience up to 8 years. This is important. Up to 8 years F1. F2 is between 8 years to 15 years. F3 is greater than 15 years. Means NIRF is expecting that an engineering institution is expected to have 1/3 faculty is up to 8 years experience, 1/3 faculty from 8 to 15 years experience. More 1/3 faculty is more than 15 years experience. For example, there is an institute X which has got F1 as 1/3, means 1/3 faculty experience is up to 8 years. F2 value, let me assume 1/3, means number of faculty with from 8 years to 15 years fraction is, let me assume 1/3. More than 15 years experience faculty, that fraction, let me assume 1/4. Therefore, I must substitute, let me assume not 1/4, this also I will assume 1/3. In that case, here I will write 1/3. In that case, what happens? 3 into min of, yes, what happens? Just see, 3 into min of, I am assuming F1 1/3, 3 into 1/3 comma 1. I am assuming F2 is also 1/3, 3 into 1/3. I am assuming F3 is also 1/3. This is not 1/4, let me assume 1/3. In that case, what will I get? I will get total, how many marks I will get? I will get 10 out of 10 marks, isn't it? Means you must have ideal composition of faculty in particular department, isn't it? For example, if some college is having F1 means zero experience, there is no faculty up to 8 years, and they have faculty 1/2 of faculty from 8 to 15 years, greater than 15, 1/2 means certainly they will get less score, isn't it? That is about faculty experience. Last parameter, that is FRU. FRU means what? Financial resources and their utilization. What's the meaning of this FRU? The last component level metric in TLR is FRU. Financial resources and utilization, that is 30 marks. 30 marks further divided into 7.5 marks for capital expenditure, 22.5 marks for operational expenditure. Again, it is relative metric. Why it is relative metric? It is function. F means relative metric. It's a relative metric, function of something. The information will be compared with other institutions, and NIRF will come to the common conclusion, and it will give a function, a formula. What comes under capital expenditure? Capital expenditure includes library, new equipment, workshops, and other expenditure. Operational expenditure includes salaries, maintenance of academic infrastructure, seminars and workshops. So these are main heads because 22.5 is given to operational expenditure. Total capital expenditure operational, so that I can say total expenditure by total expenditure means what? Operational expenditure, and there is something like capital expenditure. Operational expenditure plus capital expenditure is total expenditure. Total expenditure by total number of students will give you the expenditure per student. If the high expenditure per student, for example, there is a college which has got 70,000 as an expenditure per the student, then there is another college 80,000 per student expenditure, then the college with the highest expenditure will get more marks. And that expenditure is also not for buildings. The expenditure with 22.5 marks are for salaries, maintenance of academic infrastructure, conducting of seminars, workshops. NIRF will calculate per student expenditure. This point is very important. NIRF will calculate, there is something like per student expenditure. Per student expenditure, isn't it? NIRF will calculate per student expenditure. Highest the value of expenditure is more the marks. That is the simple formula here. But if you go through, let me go through the IIT Madras expenditure. Just let me see. Resource utilized for capital expenditure. There is something like operational expenditure. In operational expenditure, just if you go through the salaries, just see what is the salary. 551 crore 14 lakh 69,000 in the year of 2021. Just see how many crores in the year of 2019 to 20. 500 something like 60 crore 21 lakh 72,000. I request all of you to go through every information. A detailed information is available in NIRF website. There are two types of, even if you want individual parametric information, you will get this entire information also you will get. Just go through it and just see. For example, in the case of IIT Madras, what is this TLR? In TLR, what are the component level metrics? SS, student strength; FSR, faculty student ratio; FQE, faculty quality experience; FRU, financial resource utilizations. These are the scores. Just go through this lecture. In my next lecture, I will discuss about RPC, research professional practices, or simply RP. Thank you very much.